Yeah, so hi. So as promised, I'm here to help to hopefully explain the assignment 2 a little bit more. So what I was sharing a bit in class, what I was trying to do is really to try to make this course a bit more practical for you, so that you can see in real life how databases are being used at. So the example that I used was in the object detection. Was a service in object detection. So imagine that we are running a service where, given a certain image, we are able to recognize the objects in the image, and then because of PDPA, we want to block out the human images, rather the human objects in the image. So this is one example. Other than blocking out human images, we may also want to block out other things such as car license plates. That's another possibility. But basically, this is what we are intending to do. And to make this more efficient, we are creating a database that does a hash. So it will store the hash of the origin image. And if we have seen the image before, it will have the coordinates of all the human figures that were in the image, and then we will just return that. Else, we'll run it through the object detection service, which we assume is an expensive service to run. So that's the basic thing. So I tidied up a little bit on this deliverable. So deliverable number 1, design a schema together with the ER diagram how the database would look like. So together with the ER diagram how the database would look like. So this will be the first deliverable. Second thing, setting up the system. So set up Postgres. You just need to download. Intentionally chose Postgres because in fact, many people they are not really aware of this, but Postgres is much more powerful SQL server as compared to just MySQL. So it's able to it is much more powerful than MySQL basically. And I thought that this would be a great chance to introduce Postgres to all of you. So I just need to install Postgres over here by this website. Verify that Postgres is installed properly. So PSQL so we can just use the default. So this verifies that Postgres is installed correctly. Okay, so here, let's go down. Install pgadmin. So next thing, install pgadmin. Similarly, you can do it through this website here. To verify that pgadmin is working, you need to on this, and it will lead you to this host. So what this in fact is trying to say is the following, that I'm running pgadmin. So as you can tell, this is pgadmin server. So I'm in fact running a pgadmin server on my local host, and in my local host, which is 127.0.0.1, I'm using the port 65355. So in my current instance, that is the port that I'm running. Back then, probably they have assigned me a different port, but the main thing is that you want to verify that your pgadmin is just running, and that's about it. Next thing, you have set up Anaconda, and sorry I forgot to use the 3.x version. So install Anaconda, and let's say Anaconda Navigator. So after that, I ask you all to launch Jupyter Notebooks. So let's wait for Anaconda to complete loading. So now it's done. So launch Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so from your answer in 1, create the database and the tables in Postgres. Post a screenshot to show that you managed to achieve this. And now I have the deliverable number 2. Post a screenshot of your pgadmin tool that shows you creating the database and populating the tables. Maybe not populating, or rather creating database and creating the tables. I think that will be better. Creating tables. include the SQL query used to create your tables. Okay, so let's see how it will look like. Okay, so this will be how the Jupyter Notebook looks like. Notice that it is also running on localhost 8889. So both are running on localhost, but notice that they are using totally different ports. So this is the port that pgadmin is using. This is the port that Jupyter Notebook is using. So very well, it will be it may be very different on your laptops or your machines. That really doesn't matter. So yeah, both are fine. Okay. So yeah. So I was supposed to run through how to create the database and tables in Postgres. So let's go to pgadmin tool. Okay. So I actually created a temp database before this, but let's just delete this first. So to create a database, you can just do this. So temp database. Yeah, and here you have it. So your temp database will be created. You can go over to schemas. You can create tables here. So currently there are no tables here. You can either create the tables one by one here, which you can do it, but I recommend that you because this is a database course. So maybe you may want to go to let's see, it's a query tool. So maybe you want to create table, maybe temp table, and maybe you have T1 integer primary key, sorry, T2 integer. Doesn't really matter. You have learned this already. So yeah, so something like this. In case I screw up, I just keep playing. Yep. And so right now I have successfully created the table. There's a bit of issue. It doesn't really show up immediately, so you need to refresh it. After you refresh it, you will see that it appears here, and your columns will be T1, T2, T3. Yeah, so if you can just do let me see if I can view my table or not. Yeah, I can just view T1, T2, T3, integer. So you can just use this to create the tables that you have decided on for deliverable number 1. Okay, so hope this is clear for the deliverable number 1 and deliverable number 2. Okay, all good. Okay, so now let's look at the one next. So connecting Jupyter Notebook to Postgres, open up Jupyter Notebooks, and yeah. So I think I got the name incorrect the last time, so I don't know why I got that name. Yeah. So here we are. So I put it in desktop assignment 2, assignment 2 part 1. Okay. So what I need to do is the following. I need to install PSY COP-G2. This is the library that allows me to connect to Postgres. So I can either do this, which installs so it is already installed. If it doesn't allow me to do that, you can go to CMD, command prompt, but you have to choose the Conda command prompt. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, you have to choose the Anaconda PowerShell prompt if I want to pip install anything over here. So pip install PSYOPG2. So yeah, so because you are using Anaconda, so anytime you want to install anything to make sure that if you're on the command shell prompt, or use the Anaconda command shell prompt, because that will be the virtual environment that Anaconda is in. You probably do this, but there are times whereby this has failed. When this fails, I will do the PowerShell option, and the PowerShell option usually always allows me to do it. And now that comes to the following. So import this. So I'm going to show you how to do this one. Let's see, what was the database I called it to be? Temp database. So this will be something like the following. So this is connected, and after this will be all the CRUD data, rather the CRUD commands that we have been going through the first half of the trimester. So I'm sure you guys will be good here, so I will not dwell that much into this part. Let me close the connection. And so this is it for the part 1 of assignment 2. So after that, post a screenshot of your notebook, and deliverable will be a screenshot of your notebook that shows you successfully carrying out the CRUD operations, and also give me the final notebook as well. So deliverable number 1, to design the schema together with the ER diagram that shows how the database will look like. Deliverable number 2, post a screenshot from a PGadmin tool that shows you creating the database, populating the tables, include in the SQL query as well. Number 3, screenshot from a notebook tool carrying out the CRUD operations, include the final notebook as well. So that's it for part 1. Let me go into part 2 shortly. Thank you. So maybe I should say this. Maybe for part 1, maybe just include this in a Word document, whereby you have the database schema, the ER diagram, the screenshot, the SQL query, the screenshot over here. So this all will go into one document, and then include also the final notebook as well. Thank you.